coffee brewing as the sun peeks through the haze. Birds are chirping, serenading morning's praise. The front porch creaks as dreams fade away. America's awakened to a brand new day. Old vinyl spinning a sweet old tune. Day starts dancing under a sleeping moon. Newsprint smudges on fingers of grace. America's awakened at her own steady pace. Sips of sunshine in a coffee cup. Simple moments lifting spirits up. From the mountains to the sandy shore. Morning in America, want just a little more. Neighbors waving with a friendly rise. Kids with backpacks chasing daylight skies. Eyes cooling on a windowsill so fine. America's awakened with a heart full of shine. Old vinyl spinning a sweet old tune. Day starts dancing under a sleeping moon. Newsprint smudges on fingers of grace. America's awakened at her own steady pace. Sips of sunshine in a coffee cup. Simple moments lifting spirits up. From the mountains to the sandy shore. Morning in America, want just a little more. Neighbors waving with a friendly rise. Kids with backpacks chasing daylight skies. Eyes cooling on a windowsill so fine. America's awakened with a heart full of shine. Neighbors waving with a friendly rise. Kids with backpacks chasing daylight skies. Eyes cooling on a windowsill so fine. America's awakened with a heart full of shine. Tractors rumble, fields coming alive. Big wheels turning where hopes and dreams strive. Laughter echoes down the old dirt road. America's awakened to lighten her load. America's awakened to lighten her load.
Good morning, good morning. I am early today. Got my mug, got all my stickers on it, got Mildavet. Make sure you guys are subscribing to Mildavet. I did see we got them a couple people in yesterday. Well, something's not working right with my, there we go. We're fixing it. Just a little bit of production issues. It's just the soundboard is all it is. There we go. We're all connected.
Emotional damage.
We got it. Let's see. Yeah, Miltavet. I did see we got them in a couple of subscribers. So they're up to 481. So can we get 19 people to subscribe to Mildavet? Because those are some great guys out there. They're doing good work. Am I having a problem with the chat this morning? Hold on. See, if it's not one thing, it's another. Let's take a look here. Pulling up my control panel. Okay, so we are not getting any chats. So I apologize if you're watching on YouTube and you're giving chats. Make sure you go over to Rumble, because Rumble, their chat always seems to work. So if you have something that you really want to send to me, make sure you send it there. But I do see you guys in there. I see Nancy. I see Tim Walters. Good morning. Good morning. Native Pride. Scottish Paula. Good morning. Paul Voss. Good morning. There's Jessica Okie Fried, former Californian. There she is. Good morning. So yeah, let me pop out this chat and I will put it. I hate that they did all these changes to what was it? They did all these changes to Windows because like when I move the thing, it minimizes them all. I didn't click minimize. I know how to click minimize. Don't try to think about what I'm doing. I'm just trying to move windows on my thing, browser windows and stuff all around on my thing, and it minimizes them all. And it's like, I don't want that. I don't want that. Jessica's adjusting her tiara. There we go. I'm putting things where I can see them because I'm going to have to monitor the chat now. It happens, you know. Can't control the thing. I do really want you guys to go subscribe to Mildevet. Those guys, were really trying to get them partially monetized, and they're good guys. Chris and Yogi over there, they're both Navy veterans, and they highlight a lot of veteran stories. They actually have some really good videos and interviews that they've done. So definitely check them out. Yeah. I'm gonna copy their thing here. Boom. Let's see if I put it in the chat, will it come up? Yeah, so it comes up for me. Comes up for me when I put it in there. I am not seeing it in the YouTube chat. So there we go. Got it there now. Yeah, I can't post messages to some channels. Learn more. Why is this saying this? Interesting. Interesting. Good morning, Jeanette. Here, let me pull up. I've been having some fun on X. I'm getting my impressions slowly up to. I need about 35,000 impressions every day, is what I kind of figured out the average to be, and that's what I'm gonna. It'll take for me to get monetized on X, and that's one of my goals. I'm slowly getting my subscriber count up there as well. Let me turn that off. Good morning, bearded man. No, I get tired of technology trying to think for me. Okay, let's see what's happening. Oh, you guys don't have audio, so let me stop and put in audio. This could be good. This could be good. This is a mom confronting her child's killer. It sounds like the child was killed by stray bullets. Let's see. Can we talk about the dude repping the Mets? Like, you're in court, you're in a courthouse, and you really, like, Mets jacket, okay, got it, but you're wearing your Mets hat, really? Well, that's cool. Check out that dude's fro. Jesus. Check out that fro. I don't know why the New York Times put this up. Like there's nothing happening. Do you feel any remorse? I didn't even hear that in the video. New water park and resort roundabout Oxford opens in Mississippi. I wonder if that's far from Larry and Saucy. Ba, 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 ba. Amy Gold interviews critic Sophie Gilbert about her new book, Girl on Girl, and why pop culture in the 2000s was so gross. Actually, pop culture today is gross, and you're seeing that. That's people aren't going to the movies. They're not engaging in media because if there's something that you don't like and they put it out, you don't have to watch it. But today, they're stopping so many things from being out there that it's like they don't want people to have choices. And when you reduce choices, there's no competition. There's no incentive for there to be new ideas. Like, have you watched network TV today? Like, watch the sitcoms that are on. They suck. Like, I will watch sitcoms. Like, I was talking to someone the other day. I said, every once in a while, there's two shows that I like. If I'm doing something, I just want something in the background. I'll turn on either Cheers or The Sopranos. And it's because every episode, it doesn't matter the episode, every episode is watchable of those two shows. Every single one. And like with the shows today, almost every single episode is unwatchable. Sorry, I'm not a fan of Reba McEntire. Like, not a good actress, in my opinion. I know I'll probably get some hate on that, but like, why do they keep giving her shows? I'm trying to think like a couple of the other shows. I'm just trying to think of what's going on. Like Night Court. Okay, the new Night Court. It's you took the old idea and now it sucks. Like Night Court was this fun, quirky show. Like, but yet they're with the new one. They're not trying to like go with the quirkiness, and it's like, okay, well, why not? Let's see. Pritzker, yeah, he's got no chance. You realize we already know for a fact his brother was on Epstein Island. His brother's a CEO. I think it's a hotel chain, and yeah, Pritzker's brother, like, he is not going to be able to survive a presidential run with that in his family. Like, immediately, voters are not going to trust. Like, the Democrats, it's like they don't have any good candidates. I think it's going to be Shapiro. I think he's the best one they got. What else? Wedding guest dress brands. Why do women fall for this shit? Fed up Trump blasts Putin after Russia's deadly attack on Ukraine, hampering peace talks. Karen Reed trial. That is getting good. That is getting good. I watch Murder, She Wrote a lot. Not my type of show, but hey, if you enjoy it, that's on you. You know, those older shows are just better written. Just better written. And like I listened to an interview. It was a writer from Everybody Loves Raymond. Now, that was a show I did not like either. But I what he was saying made sense. He was like, in the early seasons, they got some traction, and the network believed in Everybody Loves Raymond, but they had this mix of writers. And he's like, yeah, by season 3, all the writers like the writers' room had this big shuffle, and it was all he's like it was all men of the age 40 and higher. And he goes, we would come into the writers' room and just talk about what'd you do this weekend? And someone would be like, oh, I was at my in law's house and this happened. And we'd be like, that's the show. That's the show that we're going to write for this week. And it was that based in real life experience. He goes, but when we had younger people and, a more diverse thing, he goes, the ideas were more like, I watched an episode of Friends, and they did a show, an episode about this. Let's do that. So it was less real world experience. It was just, oh, I saw an idea someone else had, and now I'm gonna do that. And the comedy and the story becomes very forced. I prefer YouTube and Disney Channel. It's weird that a 70-year-old granny loves Star Wars, especially The Mandalorian. Um, I watched the first 2 episodes of Andor last night. I really enjoy Andor. The Mandalorian, I loved the first season. I thought the second season was really good. The third season was a complete letdown. Book of Boba Fett, it was starting to like they're doing a movie. I don't know if it's going to be good. They did release a fight scene, and the fight scene was great. And the fight scene is like, whenever they do some of this stuff, I can always tell, is the person making it a Star Wars fan or just someone that the Lucasfilm brought in. So, like the Acolyte, I didn't even give that a chance because I knew that was all people who are not Star Wars fans. Um, I'm trying to think. There was one, Obi-Wan. I like you could tell parts of that were written by someone who was a Star Wars fan, but that one was just like it was just like the Book of Boba Fett, hit and miss. There were some parts of the Book of Boba Fett I thought were great, but there were other things I'm like, why are they doing this? I like more of the older shows like Archie Bunker, Amen, Wings, Cheers, stuff like that. Yeah, I used to when I worked for the football team, USA used to play like old sitcoms like Wings, Law and Order, the original Law and Order. I hate all the spinoffs. I'm not a fan of SVU. Um, like I don't just tell me a story. I don't need you to preach at me. That's why I don't like a lot of this stuff. Like back in the day, NBC was big for this. They would always do a very special episode. Like I remember Punky Brewster when the Challenger exploded. And the thing is, those are the worst episodes. Like they sucked. I don't need your message. Just tell me a story. You know, entertainment to some extent should be escapism. Yeah, the Acolyte was total shit. Like the Acolyte was worse than the Ewok adventure movies. And that was when I was a kid, that was the type of crap that was being put out for Star Wars shows, the Ewok adventure. Yeah, I liked the Solo movie. I didn't like the ending, but there were parts of it I really enjoyed. I think they missed an opportunity um, because that could have crossed with the Andor series. You have Andor before the Death Star, so yeah, you could do a young um, Han Solo. So this is live. I might catch up on this, but the Karen Reed trail's getting good. It's getting good. I still can't believe they're bringing that to trial a second time. Like, I don't see a way they're going to get a conviction. I don't see it at all. Like the first time around, like you had a chance, but then we started finding out about Trooper Proctor and all the things they're doing. And what's funny is years ago I'd been to Canton, Massachusetts, where the Dunkin' Donuts headquarters is, and went there for part of a job I did. And so yeah, it's really interesting. I'm like, uh, yeah, like they're talking about places. I'm like, I think we drove past that. Um, I've never watched that. High Potential. Oh, the corruption is rampant, and that's the whole thing. Um, that's why that's such an interesting case, is because hey, Coop, is because there is corruption, and you know, like that judge in that case, like why does she not keep it in control? She's letting the prosecution do whatever they want. It's like she wants she wants a conviction. So crazy. I had people coming after me about because I posted some stuff about vaccines. I'm not an anti-vaxxer, but some of these vaccines they have out today are crazy. But I did watch a thing that was pretty interesting. Actually, do I have it bookmarked? Yeah, let me see if I have it bookmarked. I thought it was very interesting. And it really made me think. Yeah, here we go.
Like where do you find, is it just the parents that stepped up and said? I would think that's a very small percentage because so many of us blindly followed the recommendations to vaccinate children.
Yeah, it's less than 1% of the public. So the Amish are a perfect example of a large group of people who are largely unvaccinated, and there's we can't find an autistic kid who was unvaccinated. It's very, very rare in the Amish community. Very, very rare. You won't find kids with ADD, with autoimmune disease, with panda pans, with epilepsy. You just don't find any of these chronic diseases in the Amish. And the U.S. government has been studying the Amish for decades, but there's never been a report out to the public. The reason, of course, is it would show that, if you don't follow our guidelines, you're going to end up healthier. That's why there's no report after decades of studying the Amish. There's no report because the report would be devastating to the narrative. It would show that the CDC has been harming the public for decades and saying nothing.
And see, I think we should be having this debate. I think that's actually a really interesting way of posing it. I'm not saying vaccines are causing it. I think vaccines are good, but when they give 15 at the same time, I think that's a problem. That you're injecting a lot of stuff at once, and that to me is a problem. If you were going to say, okay, every 6 months we're going to pull kids in and give them one, I think that's a little bit better. But yeah, what this? Oh no, you're like I remember like when my kid got vaccinated, there was like 7 syringes, like one after another, and of course he was a baby, and he was very upset, but it wasn't like that when I was a kid. Let's see what else is going on. I don't care about the NBA draft. Uh, ba, ba, ba. Uh, Not a big ton of stuff on the news front. Parent is accused of entering a Las Vegas middle school and threatening to shoot and kill a teacher, according to emails between the school and Clark County School District officials. You don't got to do that, people. All you got to do is threaten to send your kid in with something with peanut butter in it. I joke. I was on the PTA, and like a friend had their child had been threatened by a teacher. Let's just leave it at that. And I said, "Oh, you should," because the teacher wouldn't like sit down and listen to them. And I was like, "Tell them if they don't have a sit down and listen, that you'll send your kid in with peanut butter snacks to pass out." I go, then they'll take you serious. Yeah, we did Shannon Sharp yesterday. I did see a picture of the girl. Hold on here. Maybe I can find that one again. Okay, hold on here. Let me. Nope, nope, nope. Let me do this. I'm going to switch these. Because I want to see this. And this. There we go. So this is Shannon Sharp's.
I see dead people. I see dead people.
So this is the girl who wants all this money from Shannon Sharp. Should she get that much? I don't know. Like it just seems like a money grab to me. I've said that before. But yeah, she wants 50 million, and she claims that she was raped in October and then in January. And again, if you were raped in October, why are you coming back in January? Why are you coming around him? So to me, but yeah, that's her. Like, she's young. Like, to me, there's nothing special about her. I know she's showing off her ass, but she's got no boobs. Like, a lot of people were talking and calling her mid, and I can agree with that. Jay Leno's wife has dementia. Okay. Hey, Greg. Good morning. The chat is not working this morning, so that's why there's no overlay. If you do want to give a chat, you'd have to do it on Rumble, for me to show it up on the screen. Okay, a lot of people are worried about Ukraine and Trump. Not a big deal for me. Columbia University warns against return of tent encampments as school braces for renewed anti-Israel protests. See, I got no problem with this. It's when they're stopping people from being able to go into a building. That's a problem. Living Nostradamus issues chilling warning about major event set to strike the royal family. Okay, let's look at this. The Living Nostradamus, huh? Okay. Athos Salome from Brazil. Let me see if I can get rid of that. Successfully predicted dozens of global disasters. Like what? A psychic who successfully predicted dozens of global disasters issued a chilling warning about a major event tied to the health of a key member of the royal family. He's from Brazil, also referred to as Living Nostradamus, whereas accurate predictions such as coronavirus pandemic, Queen Elizabeth's death. Oh, really? Oh, he predicted the death of an almost 90-year-old woman? How do you get that foresight? Now he has spoken exclusively to the Daily Mail about a scary premonition. Okay. A major event within the royal family, possibly tied to health of a key member, will take place between 2025 and 2026. Says it will trigger a fragile truth with King Charles and Princess Eugenie, as well as symbolic return to the UK by Prince Harry. The psychic said he foresees Harry's relationship with his family remaining fractured despite dramatic event because icy Prince William won't welcome him back to the public eye. The relationship between Sussex, okay. 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 The result, a symbolic return to the UK. Okay. The brothers will never have a full reconciliation, but their kids will ultimately bridge the divide years down the line. Okay. William and Kate's children rebuilding ties with Archie and Lilibet, he predicted. It's years away. Meghan's show, Love Meghan, which saw her in a Rolodex of her famous friends in the kitchens. They prepared elaborate recipes and created home decor. Premiered last month in the streaming service, but instantly it was met with negative reviews from critics. Because who wants to watch that? You know, that's Jerry Seinfeld. Comedians in cars getting coffee. Very simple. Very simple, very upfront, and enjoyable. Like, cooking with Meghan? Yeah, no. Like, does anyone really believe she cooks for the family? Please. Like, Meghan Markle's car garage. What are some good, like, shitty TV shows we could put Meghan Markle in? Judge Meghan Markle. Where you bring in small claims just like Judge Judy. What would be the worst thing just to watch Meghan Markle in? Come on, dude. How much work have you had to your face? Seriously. Let's look at the other one. Like I do not trust any dude that has this much plastic surgery. Like, it's one thing if like, okay, yeah, I've got a mole or a scar or, something that you're gonna get taken care of. But like this dude's got lip filler, he's got shit pulled. Yeah, come on, dude. This dude is straight up gay. Okay? This dude is straight up gay. Like this guy is like he's a catcher. He's not a pitcher. Can we all agree on that? He's a catcher. Catcher of AIDS. Althos also predicted that Prince Harry's wife will return to acting, but not in the way the public expects. Really? Really? So a woman who is, obsessed with being in the public eye is going to return to acting? You don't say. No shit. This guy, a volcano will go off. Where? In the Pacific Rim. Oh, that's a great prediction. Like, wow. Can we get any more vague? All right. Back to Twitter. Back to X. Good morning, Mama Coop. Oh, that was a good video of the strike. Okay. Here it comes. Morning, Balak. I don't care about the rubble. Come on, just get. Why did they bury the lead? That one missile strike, that was perfect. Just show that. This is the strike on Kiev last night. Where's that one? There we go. Yeah, that was the good one. That was the good shot right there. Excuse me. Ba, ba, ba. A stabbing in Nantes, France. Stabbed 4 classmates. I don't want. I would much rather be shot than stabbed. Much rather be shot than stabbed. Yeah, the baby bonus. That could be like a good tax incentive. I'm all for that. Mhm. Harvard Medical School was already in the red, then came Trump. Well, I mean, it's not Trump's fault. That's not Trump's fault. Jimmy Kimmel, is he crying again? Like, that dude, he went from funny to now. I watch him and I. He needs Adam Carolla. German finance minister, we think you have agreement on tariffs in 90 days is possible. That's good news. Very good news. Why is this not reposted? Come on, repost. There you go. Yeah. Okay. They all want Americans to pay for and die for Ukraine. Ukraine offers no strategic value. Like, you send British troops, you send British troops, British money. Maybe we'll follow along. You guys lead the way. We're good. The bank is closed. Um, Shooting at Toronto Pearson International Hotel. Okay. Um, I did hear about this. That's in my hometown. Good morning, Mary. We don't have the chat overlay up because I'm not seeing YouTube comments on my restream. I got you guys in a separate pop-up. People are making bets on the Pope. Yeah, I was laughing about this. People are betting if the next Pope will be black, and I jokingly said, if the next Pope is black, the choir will be replaced with the occasional chirping of uh, the low battery of the fire alarm. uh, just having some fun. Okay. Why do people care about John Bolton? Dude's a loser. Here, let's watch this. I'm interested in this.
What do you make of these state leaders, 99.99999% of whom never even sniff the big leagues in any sport? One, fighting Trump, but two, really fighting the will of the people.
Yes, I totally agree. It's a distraction. You know, when you're losing so bad, you got to find distractions. And it's unfortunate that you find a distraction, something to hurt women. That's exactly what it's doing. It's hurting women opportunity. It's hurting women privilege. It's hurting them in every phase of sports, because now you're taking away from the very thing that they work so hard for just because you're not satisfied with who you are. I couldn't imagine walking into a locker room and telling my teammates, hey, I'm going to go over here and try this other sport, and it's called women's sport, and go over there and play. Man, that's a disrespect to our women. And it's time for sports men that play sports at the NFL level, NBA level, wrestling, whatever it is. It's time for men to stand up for the women in sports.
I agree. I agree 100%. Greg, don't get me wrong. I don't really want British troops to go into Ukraine. I'm tired of people from all these European countries trying to tell the U.S. what we should do. They want U.S. troops. They want U.S. money in Ukraine. Sorry, I just don't want it. Like, feel free to send your own. Send your own. But it's a loser war. Without the U.S. backing Ukraine, it's Vietnam in 1974, 74 and 75. The U.S. after we got our troops for the most part out of Vietnam, and South Vietnam was still doing well. But the moment we cut off direct military aid, like giving them, weapons and stuff, they collapsed, like within 6 months. So yeah, I'm not about the U.S. propping up governments. Ukraine should try to do peace talks today. I know there are some going. Trump said he thinks that he's got a deal, but Russia holds all the cards. That's just the facts. People are like, "You're going to give all that land to Russia?" Yeah, they hold all the cards. They conquered it. Um, if Ukraine can't do it alone, then they can't do it. But if any of these European Union countries that want the U.S. to, no, you send your money, you send your troops. You don't think, like, of how many, there's like 15 countries in the EU, right? So if they all sent 10,000, that's 150,000 troops. You don't think they could push Russia out? But they don't want to send their own troops. They want the U.S. to send ours. They want the U.S. to send its money. Sorry, we're not doing it again. And see, while the U.S. will do that, there are these countries that talk so big that will also undermine us and like go and negotiate directly with Russia on other stuff because they have an opportunity. Yeah, go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. Like, you fight the fight. Don't let us get in the way. Don't let us stop your bravery. You go do that. Uh, Space moves. Calls out her haters. Is it really a hater to say she's not an astronaut? They didn't even go into space. They didn't leave the stratosphere. They just went really, really high, and that's okay. It's cool, but it was a PR stunt. And don't tell me she's an astronaut. Smiley face. That's pretty cool. Why do people think this is okay? Here's the thing. That's one thing I like about Alex Stein. He'll go in and disrupt a thing without disrupting it. Like when he does, he gets his time to speak. But you have these guys who jump up on the stage and interrupt it. And like when you do that, you should expect to be arrested for disorderly conduct and trespassing. You should expect that. But there are people who will complain when they are. Yeah, this is crazy about the New Jersey forest fires. I'll tell you what, guys, I'm gonna get going. I do know there's some stuff happening. Just because I want to get on with some things I got going today. But I do need to set up a redirect. And AVA, I believe he's got a video out about my case this morning. So if you guys could all go to AVA and check that out. I'm going to see. I don't know if I can redirect to it or not. It's not. Yeah, I can't. It's not letting me redirect to it. So I'm going to send you guys all to the Huffs to their bird feeder. But I'm going to go get on with my day. I will be around if you guys need me. I will be doing a show in the morning tomorrow. I will be doing lives this weekend, but probably not probably not like Coffee with the Skipper. I'll be out of town with the little man, and we'll be going around. So we might do a live, so you guys can check that out. And yeah, other than that, that's all I got for today. Thank you for joining me, and as always, thank you for being worth serving.
Coffee brewing as the sun peeks through the haze. Birds are chirping, serenading morning's praise. Front porch creaks as dreams fade away. America's awakened to a brand new day. Old vinyl spinning a sweet old tune. Day starts dancing under a sleepy moon. Loose print smudges on fingers of grace. America's awakened at her own steady pace. Sips of sunshine in a coffee cup. Simple moments lifting spirits up. From the mountains to the sandy shore. Morning in America, want just a little more. Neighbors waving with a friendly rise. Kids with backpacks chasing daylight skies. Eyes cooling on a windowsill so fine. America's awakened with a heart full of shine. Old vinyl spinning a sweet old tune. Day starts dancing under a sleepy moon. Newsprint smudges on fingers of grace. America's awakened at her own steady pace. Sips of sunshine in a coffee cup. Simple moments lifting spirits up. From the mountains to the sandy shore. Morning in America, want just a little more. Neighbors waving with a friendly rise. Kids with backpacks chasing daylight skies. Eyes cooling on a windowsill so fine. America's awakened with a heart full of shine. Neighbors waving with a friendly rise. Kids with backpacks chasing daylight skies. Eyes cooling on a windowsill so fine. America's awakened with a heart full of shine. Tractors rumble, fields coming alive. Big wheels turning where hopes and dreams strive. Laughter echoes down the old dirt road. America's awakened to lighten her load. America's awakened to lighten her load.